just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't.
Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
We've been compromised. Abort and walk away now.
Who?
ICA. They tracked me. Don't know how.
It's what they do. How many?
One prime asset and a whole pack of up-and-comers. They've infiltrated the club searching for us. Christ, I think I killed one of them. Get out now before they spot you.
No. They found us once. They'll find us again. Keep your head down. I'll take care of this.
Hello and welcome to the Rivals World Championships 2022. Today we have another Group F game between the Buff Guy and Crewdy. Berlin will be our first up. I'm thankful I'm not admin in this one because I could not keep up with casting and ticking off the kills, etc. I couldn't. I'd forget to do one kill and I forget to do the rest. But yeah, Buff Guy is back. Of course, we did watch him earlier. He did beat the time cube 4-2, taking both of the map picks, which was Paris and Segal. But then losing Miami. But we've got some good maps here. Berlin, Colorado, then arguably an even harder map after that. So we've got three very good, big, long maps today. Berlin will be kicking us off. Both players have a map win record under 50%. Buff Guy has been here 11 times, winning on 5 of the occasions, losing 6. So he has a 45% win rate there. Crewdy losing twice on both his occasions. So of course we 0% win rate. So yeah. So I'm sorry, I've just got rid of Crewdy's thing. My mistake. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for the Berlin and the Colorado. I'm actually giga hyped about them. The map 3 not so much. But yeah, I'm really excited for these two maps today. As our Berlin spin, it will be coming through now, and it will be Agent 1 killed with drowning as the biker, Agent 2 screwdriver as the suit, Agent 3 explosion accident as the technician, Agent 4 loud pistol as the dealer, and Agent 5 hobby knife as the club crew. I like this spin, I really do. Variation, indeed, I'm sure we see a variation of target kills here. I would assume the explosion accident will be done on Thames or Green. No, Banner even, or Green. That is the screwdriver. I'm not sure particularly if there's a screwdriver close by the roof, if it warrants that kill being done up there. the drown kill, it would make sense to do it on Lowenfall, of course, where he'll go with the bathroom. There'll be a free bike disguise right there. And then the hobby knife, of course, we might actually see it brought in for that kill, perhaps you could argue. Not having to go all the way down to the DJ area and get a kill around there. You could just do it up by the Club Crew disguise in the form of Thames. And we'll see Buff have that in his inventory there. Crewdy with a bit more of a plan as well coming through from both players. Buff Stein in the club entrance, having a pistol, snail and a hobby knife. Crewdy, however, bringing in a seeker and a breacher alongside with the hobby knife. So it seems to be that he'll be doing that explosion accident kill remotely, unless he has something else. And Buff Guy, is he loud? Is he? Oh no, wait, I don't have Buff Guy. Oh no, we need to hear Buff. There you go. All good, all good, all good. Yeah, we have Buff audio. The world's been saved. And we do see an immediate replay come through from Buff. Crewdy taking an age to load in here. Both players done playing about 30 seconds ago. So it's all good to hear that as Buff will then swap the snail for the emergency gas device, not the gas grenade. So to say, Crewdy still stuck. And there you go. Finally gets load in. Buff managing to load in, replan and then load in. But Crewdy on the new gen console does have a quick load in that regard. After that, of course, it does count as load. He has pressed the load button, so all that does count towards load time. Both players dying. In the Raven suit, we get in their stash here. Crewdy, God, is that mine? No, Crewdy's, I don't know. I'll let it play out for now. If it becomes unbearable, holy fuck, this is unbearable. 2 minutes in, already photo finish. But don't refresh Crewdy's stream. I'll also turn on low latency if I don't have it on. It is on, wow. So yeah, Crewdy might be a bit unwatchable, but hopefully it's all good. Buff Guy doing the standard knockouts here on the roof. Crewdy will be doing them as well very shortly. Buff doing a shot distraction. Classic English, that is base as fuck. It's funky for you too? Okay, good, it's not just me. It's just funky English internet. Buff now. Get a knockout onto all the guards up here on the roof, of course, and green. Nicely done. Likewise with Crewdy, just a bit behind. Really good stuff there from both players. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this propane kill. I'm sure we'll see the banner lure done shortly. Of course, it is an accident, so you could get banner straight away ASAP, really. As soon as he comes up the stairs, you can just knock him out and do the kill. You shouldn't run any risk of a guard coming up these stairs or anything, so not that bad. And of course, the technician will be delivered to you. And you know, Buff bringing the propane down does suggest that that's what he will be doing. So yeah, makes sense to that. Really, you have a disguise there. You don't have to move anything at all. And Buff is just going to stand here. Is he going to do the kill live? No, he's just going to throw the propane before. I'd say if he was to do that kill live, I'd respect it. No, he will get a knockout onto Thames. You can't do it live, joke, you silly guy. He has to grab the technician disguise. God, I'm not the smartest people, am I? Days. And yeah, Buff will be getting that first kill down, killing Agent Banner with the explosion accident as technician. Davenport will be. He will restart with that. Okay, so Davenport, of course, panicked by the explosion and did catch Buff. So you could have argued, of course, just don't do that. You know, you could have just ran away, let Davenport follow you, and then knocked him out. No one else could have given you red guns in that scenario because all the other guards would have been focused on the explosion, perhaps. Crewdy getting that other first kill down, going out a different way, so he should be fine in that regard. And he's going to get a seeker off onto Swan here, who would be a bit hard to seeker in this moment of time. Is moving, and Crewdy, lovely shot there, does manage to hit the moving Swan. And I'm sorry for Crewdy's stream quality. I hope it fixes itself out, and he will come upstairs here, up into the bike garage. So yeah, good stuff. And that's about Buff, of course. If you get red guns from a target on Berlin, and then you don't want to do that kind of thing, you just kill 5 targets and kill them afterwards. But you know, I understand Buff. Like he was what a minute and a half in. You know, the restart wasn't most costly of rips. It went like you're 9 minutes into a run, etc. So it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things here. But nevertheless, Crewdy does build up a nice 2.5 minute lead at this stage. So yeah, really good stuff from him as Buff. Picking up his propane again before doing the banner. It'll be interesting to see what he does to that killer once more. notices green is just hanging over the edge, so we'll drag him away ever so slightly. He might be, no, he won't go for the kill onto green just yet. We'll just drag him ever so slightly, and then we'll do the banner. Pretty standard stuff, as Crewdy will grab. Is that Rose? Yeah, it is Rose. Rose will come outside for Crewdy. I'm fearing how long he has left to actually go and get the kill, as he will swap into the Mic of the Skies. Of course, needs if that drown kill. But of course, with Swan, it's not the end of the world. We see it quite a lot with Swan drown. We just use a throw distraction into the cubicles, into the porta potties, and then you just drown him. It's pretty simple stuff, and yeah, Crewdy will opt to hop down into the bike garage here. So Swan seeked, and the guard is found. Really? Is that the risk we're running with that? That guard gets found? Crewdy rip into a guard being found on the roof. It could be down to the Thames kill, the banner kill even. I'm really puzzled to why that's been found. Buff doing it differently this time. We'll do the propane, and this soundproof area will be heard by someone. Like I said, loud pistol shots are, but they're never investigated. You're not in a distance where they'll be investigated, so it's all fine. Is banner dragged to the roof? Possibly, but I can't see a definitely something to look into, you could argue. So yeah, Buff now does have that lead around 2 minutes in-game time, has that first kill down, and I'm sure he'll be hoping to try and find another one here, whatever one that may be. Of course, doesn't have a Seeker to make a target sick, but you know, does have a gas device to use instead, and he will throw distract the bike. The delivery man here, is it? I don't know, who's he got with that? Yeah, there he is, the delivery man, everyone's favourite. So you could be looking to poison the food, perhaps. Always an option. Poisoning the food with emetic rat poison. That's always a sensible option to do with, especially with Learnful. If he had no emetics, but he will now do a shot distraction into the bushes here onto Agent Thames. Of course, that Agent 5 who has a hobby knife will just knock out Thames, and he can do that kill right away. Of course, hobby knife as the club crew, and yeah. It would make sense in fun, yeah. It would make sense if Banner's dragged up there, but I like that change in buff, ripping to something, then immediately changing it up so he wouldn't rip to it. It's always good to see that, and little bits of almost improvisation and changes and evolution of people's strats during a game that I always love seeing. As Buff will not opt to kill Thames with that Agent 5 kill, opt to stay in his suit at the moment. We'll throw the emetic gas device here and make Learnful sick with it. So yeah, it might have just had a bit of issue with time, didn't want to actually do that right there, and he will come back up here, swap into Thames's clothes and get the kill off. Learnful is sick for Buff, and Buff will also drag Thames a little bit more to the box here. Of course, there's no necessity to box Thames, but you know, if you have the time to do so, which Buff does, you know, he is waiting for Learnful here. He definitely can make sense here. Cree in the Technician Disguise, not opting to go with that kill just yet, and with his hobby knife out, is he going to do a throw distraction perhaps for Swan here? I was talking about it earlier. It's definitely a viable strat, as Buff has made his way into the bike garage. We'll swap into the free bike disguise, and we'll get this drown kill off onto Thames. So yeah, 2 kills left for Buff here. Screwdriver is a suit and loud pistol. As a dealer, the 2 kills left in Buff's manner. And of course, Agent 4 you could argue is the hardest kill, a loud pistol, but you know, you have Chamberlain, Montgomery, the bathroom. If you knock out the 2 guards in that little hub next to Rolf's office, it is soundproof, so pretty easy to deal with. So to say, any Buff will grab the screwdriver here from the bike garage. The one enforcer does actually investigate it. I got a bit worried there that the enforcer would actually turn around and catch Buff, but for him, it's all good. He's all fine and can swap back into his suit and go up to the roof and kill Banner. If he wants to do that, of course, you have your other targets open, available to him. So it'll be interesting to see what one he goes for. Of course, Banner is the one that has given him red guns, and going down to the basement now will seem to be that he won't be grabbing that final kill with the suit just yet. We'll be actually targeting that dealer kill first. Cree now in the grow house. We'll be getting Rose's guys. We'll be getting it inside the grow house, not actually outside like we saw last time from him. So again, it should be fine just to leave him here. I'm always a man that says should with this game. And yeah, hopefully for him, no guard gets found, but they shouldn't be found. You know, Banner's not dead yet, so no explosion accidents been caused, etc. So this all should be good in that regard. Buff now getting knockouts onto both Montgomery and Montgomery's guard. So yeah, I'm guessing we'd have to see the suit kill done on Monty, right? Of course, you can do the loud kill, but it would have a bit of dragging, but be interesting to see. Of course, doesn't have any emetic options either for the dealer. So what Buff does with the dealer grab here, it's going to be very interesting. Of course, we have the sedative syringe. I would really like to see that, and that be used optimally in this regard. Of course, he would have to use. He has no other option unless he just talks to the dealer and makes him and lets him walk across the map with him. So that, definitely have your options here, and it would be interesting to see what Buff thinks is the most sensible approach here. Doesn't Crowbar open the door with the cabinet even? Yes, he does. Just pick up the one of the sedative syringe here. I really do like that change up from Buff here. Nice stuff indeed. As it seems to be, he will be doing this loud kill on Montgomery in the basement. Has time to definitely shoot him and box him and make his way up the stairs. Crean now does get that explosion accident kill. We'll do it on Rhodes in the grow house. Again, another nice change up, recognising what he ripped to last time and changing it up. It's both from what we've seen from Buff and Crewdy. The change up is really good to see, as Buff will be waiting for the bartender to move. This guy's a bit of a bell end. He is here for a long time, unfortunately, and he will move now. We'll have to just shut the double doors here, which he will do nicely. And just to throw a distraction now onto the dealer, who does start walking out. He does wait his entire conversation, but gets it off onto him nevertheless. So yeah, Buff now, really good grab. I really enjoy this grab. I really love seeing it. And it does everything for upper loadout slot. All you need is a crowbar, but you find them on the map, as he will do a little poke onto the dealer. Of course, in the October patch, the sedative glitch, say where a target or where an NPC would not collapse but get stuck in the glitch animation with the sedative syringe. That of course got patched. There's no worries for Buff there. Might have just waited a little bit longer for the dealer to collapse himself. But yeah, Buff now 2 targets down. All he needs for this spin is basically here. Montgomery knocked out. He will be doing this kill down here. He will shut the doors into the security room, of course. Won't change much because you have the 2 security guards as well outside Rolf's office. And yeah, we'll get the kill off onto Montgomery, as the dealer just has to try and make his way out, and it is pretty simple to do so. Just running upstairs here. Buff now with 1 kill remaining. The dealer is found, but of course it's all fine. Buff just needs to swap into that suit disguise, of course, outside the biker's garage. Then make his way back up to Banner, who is on the roof, knocked out. So yeah, Buff really good going here. Has the delivery keys as well for a quicker exit. So yeah, seems to be in Buff's favour at the moment. Crewdy has 3 kills down even, but just requires that screwdriver suit kill and a loud pistol dealer kill. But of course, Buff can still rip. There are still places for Buff to rip, especially on Berlin. But the situation he's in, at the way he's going up, there's literally no chance he rips, and I'm saying this very confidently because I'm very certain he won't. And if he does Buff, I'm very sorry, but it does seem to be in favour of Buff at the moment on his own map pick. Berlin, really good performance from him even on this map. We'll be getting that final kill down. Buff with all 5 kills, making his way down to the delivery bike, which of course he did knock out the delivery guy earlier. And yeah, Buff will be exiting Berlin and taking the first map, taking 2 points from it, starting to lead 2-0. Really nice down from Buff. Really nice stuff from Buff there. That was really nice strat from him on that Berlin there. Crewdy unfortunately not being able to get going and had that one really unfortunate restart, and unfortunately couldn't put it right after that. So it will be Buff taking our first map, Berlin. And yeah, Colorado will be our second map picked by Crewdy. They're getting harder and harder. We love this, and we'll head to a short break before having Colorado on map 2 picked by Crewdy.
Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced the anonymous data received by our clients to one Olivia Hall, brilliant young hacktivist and suspect in a dozen cases of cyber vandalism. Using onion routing with state-of-the-art encryption, Hall went to a lot of trouble to stay untraceable. She is good, but we are better. Her digital trail has led us to a remote farm in Colorado, where satellite footage has revealed what appears to be the training camp for a private militia, led by an already registered target, Sean Rose, Australian environmental terrorist and explosives expert wanted for a series of public bombings. Rose was spotted near the scene of Thomas Cross's kidnapping, which makes him our prime suspect for the Shadow Client. Spurred by Eric Soders, the ICA Board of Directors has asked us to infiltrate the farm and eliminate Sean Rose, along with 3 other prominent militia members. Ezra Berg, retired Mossad interrogator, Penelope Graves, former Interpol anti-terror analyst, and finally Maya Parvati, former assassin and gunrunner for the Tamil Tigers. I'll be honest with you, 47. I consider Eric Soders' reasoning hasty and ill-advised. Now, we cannot go against the wishes of the board, but we can conduct our own investigation. Whether a direct threat to the ICA or not, we need to know the Shadow Client's true agenda. I will leave you to prepare.
So yeah, welcome back, of course, Colorado. Will be our second map piece by Crewdy. Crewdy with healthy stats, so to say, on this map. Been coming here 7 times, winning on 3 of them occasions, losing twice, tying twice. So of course, Colorado is very easy to start. Colorado it is very easy to start. Colorado. Buff coming in here 3 times, winning once, losing twice. Another one of the big 5 for Buff. Less than 50% win rate, but just did tie out on Berlin. Now 5 wins, 5 losses. So he'll be hoping to do the same with Colorado, making that 50% win rate, going 2-2. Crewdy, I'm not working out that win rate. I can't lie, I'm not doing it. I refuse to work out. Yeah, would it be? I'm gonna work out. No, I'm gonna use RR stats. That's the best. No, I'm not. I can't be asked. Oh well. The duality of man from me I just presented there was crazy. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting map, Colorado. We do have an extended time come through. Perhaps for Crewdy. No. Stream crashing. I hope that's just Crewdy all fine. So yeah, just having a few extra minutes here. If Crewdy is in there, understandably so. He's offline. So yeah, just resetting his Wi-Fi, bro. That's good. The start of that Berlin was pretty unwatchable, but we got our way through it in the end. As we did see Buff, really a solid, efficient strat on that Berlin. Did take it, but yeah, so everything going to be interesting. This is one of the longest standing RR records. Speed's 744 in RR5. I'm surprised you haven't seen it been broken yet. But of course, to say a lot, Colorado, you can rip on this map fucking anywhere. Like, a first try Colorado run is always impressive because of the fact you just rip anywhere on this map. You can just be running through it and bang, you've ripped. And you don't know what to, you just you just have. And it's definitely, in the words, it is a map that you can lose. So I'm sure both players will be just trying their best on this. Trying to get some points from this game. I'm sure Cree knows he does want some. Buff just wanting some more, trying to in that top spot. Of course, Group F has some really good players in it. Has a really promising rookie as well in the form of the Time Cube. So a really competitive group. And that's gone under the radar when we talk about the harder groups. And this is shaping up to be a really good one. And I really want to see this record beaten. Like the 744 by Speedster. I think Miami is the only one that has been around for longer. Setting RR3, I want to say, by Unini. So, like, it is really impressive that this call, and this it's a map where when a 744 has stood for a year and a half, you know, you've gone through RR6, RRWC21, RR7, RR8, RR9, now RRWC22, and it's still not beaten. That does tell you something about a map. And I just want to see it broken. You know, like there is, I think it's Colorado and Miami are the only 2 records, only 2 maps that have not had their record broken this year. I think you were saying earlier, so I really want to see one of them 2 broken. So we have all the maps with a new record set this year. But you know, in Colorado, it's going to be a map where it's really challenging to get the record. You have to be flawless and perfect on it. You can't put 1 foot wrong on Colorado. So that's definitely going to be really interesting how we see that approach from both players. On this map, and I'm really excited. I'm excited. I want to see a quick spin or I want to see a hard spin because I want to see how both players will approach that hard spin. And you know, Buff, it will be interesting. Of course, he's a big advocate of the Big Five. He's only been here on three occurrences. So again, that's going to be interesting to see how well he plays on it. Crewdy, of course, having a lot more experience on Colorado, playing it 4 more times, winning more in it, but has tied. So we'll definitely have some things on what to do to avoid them ties, etc. Yeah, all that is definitely going to be an interesting watch here on this Colorado buff. Send out the West Bridge. It's what we typically see. You have your options with a hacker isolation as well. The hacker starts. But the West Bridge is so good. The hacker can be a bit hard to get sometimes. It's a bit finicky, so to say. This West Bridge is just solid. Going right through, knocking out the militia elite, clearing out the basement, knocking out Penelope. It's just really good and efficient and satisfying. I just like loading into Colorado and just doing the West Bridge start. It's just really good. Then of course you have time after that to go grab any disguise for that Maya kill. So it gives you plenty of time to set up for that Maya kill, and it's just really good and efficient. I really do enjoy this West Bridge start. And of course it'll be interesting to see a live Sean kill, where the players will opt to do it, whether or not that's in the hut or in the house itself. So yeah, we definitely have our options here on Colorado. And also, I want to say nothing about Colorado. The disguises, man, it's disappointing. You have opportunities. It's a very condensed map. It's a very dense map, Colorado. There's people everywhere, and it's like, oh, it's your 4 targets has you can't fit in any more disguises on Colorado. You literally can't put in any more. Because what you gotta do for them, you have to have 50 unique disguises planted around them. You have to have 50 different scarecrow types. The map is just full of NPCs, everywhere. It's just 3 NPCs in a cluster in every part of this map. It's so dense, NPCs wise, that players have to be careful. The disguise grabs are definitely going to split how both players approach the spin. I feel like you have your options for the militia soldier, the militia technicians as well. Spec ops, you could argue. Sometimes the militia elite, you have your options for all the disguises. If buff goes for a quicker grab on one of them, he'll automatically have a bigger lead, etc. The order you kill the targets plays such a part in Colorado. What if I do this first? Will that be quicker? But if I do that, I can do that. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see both players approaches the spin, the order of targets, which of course is going to be interesting on this Colorado. And our spin will come through, and it will be Shawmo's fire as a militia soldier. Penelope Grave, loud sniper rifle, militia spec ops, explosion accident point man for Ezraberg, and silence SMG, explosive specialist for my vibe. Wow, wow, shit spin. I disagree now. And now, do you use a Molotov or not? Do you use a molly? Now, if 420 was here, he would have killed me for saying that comment, but it's going to be interesting. Fun spin, wow. But it is extreme. The tornado shell will be in full effect here. Wow, that's a spin and a half, and it's definitely going to test both players here. Still hacker right? Yeah, for sure. And if you do start Westbridge, you're gonna have to get Sean in the house, in my opinion. If you're gonna go that Molotov, but do you have the loadout for the Molotov? That's the question. Do you actually do you have the loadout for the Molotov? You could if you messed around with your loadout a little bit. Crewdy will be the first to load in, but yeah, Buff will be looking to swap things up here, and it's a real question here. Do you have the loadout for the Molotov if you are going to use it? Crewdy making his way through the gate here. Tight incoming. Nah, to be honest, yeah, I'm sure both these players can definitely handle a spin like this. So if it's a spin, if it isn't a tie, I won't be surprised. But if it is a tie as well, I won't be surprised. You know what I mean? both outcomes won't be surprising to me. Buff opting for the Molotov cocktail. Has a bit of a grey zone, really, doesn't it, in the admin chat at the moment? But no final decision has been made, so you can use it. And yeah, this is a really long plan from Buff here. It's one. Colorado. This is one of them spins in fun. You are correct. It's one of them spins that you can tie. That's a great way to put it. I said that as well. Colorado ain't a map you can lose. It's a map you can tie. Yeah, Buff will finally load in after sort of 2-minute plan. Respectable. What is the Molotov? So in the October patch, it's tenability of having the accidents got removed. So the Molotov no longer count as an accident. And then of course, every time you got a Molotov kill, it would sometimes have no XP pop up, but also it could have explosion pop up. Then in the old rules of the Molotov, when it was an accident, if you had explosion kill, it would not count towards the fire. So you can understand where it's going really with the Molotov being like, is it really allowed? Because it technically is an explosion kill, but yeah, it does set the target on fire, but yeah, it does give you red guns, and fire kills are accident kills. So it's just them little grey zones. But yeah, Molotov is allowed for fire kills at the moment. It was voted for before RR started, and it has stuck with it. But recently, I think after an Ambrose Islands, where I know him Fun made a little thing about it as well, like, it is definitely it's the grey zone at the moment, but you know it's allowed, so both players are going to use it, or Buff's going to use it. I didn't quite catch Crewdy's loadout. Waiting by the generator here for my Pavati. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean as well. That's why I think if you're going to go with the Molotov, just grab Sean in the heart. Like I think this is why Buff has gone for the Molotov, is just for use in the hut. He's going to get Sean back, not in the hut, even the house. He's going to get Sean in the house, and then go use that. Pretty real good little bit of knowledge there. Noticing that the Spec Ops investigate the crowbar, so then he swapped up to use a taser as a distraction to actually distract Maya. Buff for a restart, however. Doesn't look like a happy man. I'm sure you can hear him not being a happy man, so hopefully he puts that right. Yeah, the first instinct would be, of course, Sean fight. If you wanted the loadout slot, you didn't need it. But yeah, it's definitely it is one of them Colorado spins. Colorado ain't often actually that loadout heavy, but this one certainly is, as Cree now has my Pavati isolated. We'll just go grab an explosive specialist. This guy's next. Yeah, I can't. I saw the spin. I was like, oh, this is Recce spin. I mean, you could argue for a drive-by onto Ezra, right? If you had the opportunity, you could actually very argue a drive-by onto Ezra. But why would you? This would have been more fun if Ezra kill was 5. That would have been fucking hell on earth. Ezra 5 wire. Yeah, no, that would not have been fun. That's been depressing. But yeah, Cree now does grab a explosive specialist disguise here. Nicely done. Buff now does get a clear out onto the house. Has Penelope. Crewdy ripping to stop into the explosive specialist. Didn't catch why that guy was looking at him, but he was. A bollocks rip is what I call that. I don't know who ripped him there, but he has a rip now. Buffed guy has a nice lead. We'll knock out the pissing soldier. So that has its guys for later, of course. So he doesn't have to worry about grabbing the militia soldier. God, from the den or the little barn next to where Maya's isolated, etc. It's negativity, guys. Don't like all this negativity. It won't be a tie. I'm gonna be. It's not gonna be a tie. It won't be a tie. Buff now will also clear out the hut. Interesting. Clearing out these two does suggest that he will be getting the kill in here. And he has some Molotov. So, unless he does this kill remote, Buff's going to be in a spot of bother. Because, of course, it ain't an accident kill anymore. You won't keep your green guns if Sean's found with the Molotov. And the fact that he's got the militia soldier as well is quite worrying. Won't opt to go with the Maya isolation yet. We'll go with the explosive specialist disguise first. Interesting decision. Might have to rush that kill a little bit, you could argue, but might be going for Maya's second cycle for all we know. Creo does have both isolations done on to Maya. This is the issue you have with Sean. he will see you swap that body, and that's why you typically see the Maya isolated first if you want to get that exposed specialist disguise. So you let Sean move on, so he can't rip you to that, which is what we saw from Buff. As you'll see another restart come through from him here. Cree now running around in the initial elite, of course, is not allowed in the explosive range. So yeah, really definitely gonna be interesting here. Buff making his way back through into the house now, loading back in that West Bridge start. Cree will be in that Maya isolation for the second time here. Buff will make his way into the basement here. Shot distraction on our back wall there. Just turn around one of the initial release. It's pretty standard now. This isolation very easily done. Crewdy will be doing a chain lure now with the crowbar onto Maya Pavati. She will investigate the crowbar this time. Hello, you are, praise the Lord. And potentially is why he ripped last time. Of course, did the crowbar distraction, then had to use the taser. So that could have been why Crewdy ripped. You know, that 3 seconds where that ripped him. That made him change it up. It's potentially different as Buff has another restart here, Dragon. Penelope and Crewdy does get a knockout onto Maya. Just needs to grab that explosive specialist disguise this time. But no. He will opt to clear out this hut again first. I don't think Crewdy has a Molotov, so we'll have to use the fire barrel outside the huts here. Which does make sense. I would like to see that from Crewdy. Something else other than the Molotov for a fire kill. It's going to be good to see. We haven't seen a lot lately. So yeah, it's definitely going to be nice to see. Just needs to find the other shotgun, and there it is on the floor, sticking out. It does get round just in time. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting what Crewdy does here. In Militia Elite, however, so does still have to grab that disguise. And he's found trespassing right as he jumps through the window by explosive specialist there. Buff now with the lead again. It's a constant back and forth on the spin here. Buff with Ezra knocked out. We'll now get a knockout on to Penelope. Wait for the Militia Elite to come through. Buff. He's gonna move. Yeah, there you go. Waiting for him to move this time. The walls made out of glass in that area. You have to wait for a little bit longer, and he does do that nicely this time. We'll get a knockout onto Penelope this time. As Crewdy once more loads into that West Bridge. We'll swap into the Militia Elite here. 10 minutes gone on the spin. 20 minutes left. Another restart from Crewdy. Infun's gonna have his lovely work cut out if this is a photo finish. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Buff did the exact same thing with knocking out both the technicians in there, but we haven't seen either player get past that point. So it's definitely scaring me. But I mean, sometimes we do see Sean knocked out there, you know, just to drag him outside and get that fire kill off in that regard. That is an option.
Holy shit.
So yeah, it's lots of different things here. Cree once more doing the throw distraction with the crowbar here and jumping into the box. Not what you want to do really. Of course, still has the taser to knock out people with. Buff just missing the pissing guard on that occasion. And yeah, he will be clearing out the techs. No, he won't. He will be going for the Maya station first, it seems, before clearing out the technicians in the hut. Ezra with a body found, of course, will be an immediate lockdown. Very hard to salvage that, and Crewdy will recognise that as a restart. So yeah, both players struggling to get past all the isolations here. Crewdy doing another throw distraction on to Maya, which she will no, she won't respond to. The bitch. So yeah, he will choose to ignore that. We'll bump one of the militia soldiers down here, or the technicians even. But it will be the people upstairs here and that. Oh no, it won't. My mistake, I'm just shit at the game apparently. So yeah, Buff doing another throw distraction here onto Maya. Nice chain lure into this little, I don't know what this room is called, but here we are. Into the room we always see Maya knocked out here. Crewdy once more doing the throw distraction. Won't hop into the box this time. Good for him. So yeah, the successful clear out for Buff there. If he tries and knocks these people out, I respect the effort. There is no way Buff can knock out both these two before Sean comes in and boxes them. He will opt just to box one, however, this time. We'll only knock out one before Sean comes in. A nice, sensible decision, I think. We'll pick up the shotgun just in time, and here Sean is. 1, 2, 3. We'll do a throw extraction as well. Just turn around one of the militia technicians here. But no, a militia elite, well, that is bollocks. Why has the militia elite investigated that? We'll drop the crowbar just so he stops investigating and goes away. Good stuff there from Buff. Recognising that situation and handled it appropriately. We'll shut the door and then do another throw extraction to turn around this militia tech. So there's no risk of a lockdown, which you'd be pretty fucked in. We'll knock out militia technician here. We'll hide his body. So this is worrying, I say, for Buff. He will knock out both technicians but leave. I like that decision. I like it. Sean is still up. I still have hope he won't do the fire kill there, which I do like. He will swap into the militia soldier here. If he goes back, could potentially be worrying, of course. The Molotov won't be an accident kill. Will be red guns if he is found, which he probably will be. So it's going to be hard for Buff to try and do something here. We'll do a throw extraction onto Sean. So potentially a chainler outside here, of course, a fire barrel just round here. Will Sean investigate still? Yes, he will. Buff now, a really good chain lure. Does he have the barrel leaking already as well? That is fantastic if he does. I think he does. It looks like he does. He's not on instinct anymore, so it's all good. Sean does fully investigate the throws here, and Buff now will be grabbing this kill onto Sean. Nicely done. Lockdown, beast burn, he's screaming. A fire kill about the Molotov. Oh my god, it's great to see. And he gets combat. Oh, fucking hell, this game's bollocks, isn't it? Bloody A. Fucking A, this game. Buff of a very unfortunate restart. I would be pissed off at that as well. So, yeah, really unlucky stuff for Buff there. But a good Sean kill. I really enjoyed that Sean kill and the approach for that there. Showed me why he killed out the technicians, and really unfortunate that restart there, you know. But then again, the Ezra and Penelope kill would have been interesting, of course, not having Sean there. But you know, all he would have had to do is just get the shelter from upstairs. Cree will drag Sean and dump him outside, but of course not aware of that explosive specialist right in front of him, and he will have another restart coming through. This is what I thought about earlier. Just have to dump Sean over here as well. You have the fire barrel right there, and halfway through the spin now. That's why you pre-shoot the barrel. Buff did pre-shoot the barrel, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain he did see it. But because he used an SMG instead of his Kruger, Sean got locked down. So if he used his pistol, potentially could have been different there. But nevertheless, he did get the kill. But again, it's not like after you get that kill, you don't think about ripping to that. So it's understandable why Buff just ran outside there. You know, it's hard to explain why that happens, but it does. Potentially the triple shot panic, or something along the lines of lockdown, etc. Still in that bubble range. Yeah, really unfortunate for Buff there. Crewdy once more. We'll be grabbing the SMG shot onto the camera box. Standard, really on this map. Buff has the basement clear out once more, and yeah, I mean, I really have enjoyed Buff's approach to this spin. I really do like it. I'd be interested to see the Penelope and Ezra kill. I mean, if he has a breach, you could do this Ezra kill remote and get that Penelope kill down first, and just then, of course, swap into the point man. You have this guys right there. Will knock out the militia soldier. Just finish his piss. A bit later this time, but nevertheless, it's all fine. We'll leave him here for now. Should be fine. Just leave him there. Creeve another restart. Buff actually will box the militia soldier. Lots of whoosh. Fucking A, he gets away with it though. All good on Buff then. Lots of whoosh. Boxing the militia soldier there, but it's all good. I don't know why I was worrying. Why was I worrying? We'll knock out the two technicians before isolating Maya this time. We'll only KO one at this stage and box him. We'll only do that one before going to deal with Maya. Just an isolation, of course. In this soldier can't do that kill. Yes, still has to grab the explosive specialist after getting the kill off onto Sean. We'll shoot the generator with the Kruger before initiating a chain lure with a crowbar. Good stuff here from Buff. There, yeah, that shit just sucks, yeah.
Come on, man.
You want to get out of the area, but the more you stay in the area, the safer it gets. It's a weird way this game works. It's a shit game, innit? We play a shit game, don't we? Another throw distraction for Buff here. Nicely done. We'll be having Maya isolated very soon. Then we'll just have to deal with a Sean kill. This is one of them spins on one of them maps. You're right. Best bet is for Buff to bring the taser instead of the crowbar. Yeah, but then he has nothing to open the door with. Actually, he'll have his SMG. My mistake. Yeah, you could argue that for sure. Especially for that remote edge kill. I'm a fan of the breacher. Just say. In before propane launch. Crewdy will get a side KO onto Maya, Penelope even. Will be close combat herd, but has time to salvage this here. Just have to drag her into the end bit here. Door please shut. Door please shut. It doesn't. Oh my days! It does shut just in time. The militia elite stopping just before the stairway there. Crewdy, God. Kinos on the edge of the seas. It's an entertaining spin. This Buff now just needs to do a chain lure onto Sean. We'll do one inside the hut to start things off. Nothing wrong with what he did last time. We'll have to do that again here. Has Sean on the hook. Just has to distract him. Didn't investigate the first one. So we'll just have to come around the side here and actually do another one. Which Sean will hear once more. No one else does, so we can start this chain lure here. Someone else will hear it, however, so we'll have to drop the crowbar, so stop investigating. Yeah, and you're just going to have to start it again in the hut here. So Sean hears it first, then of course we'll investigate everything after that. Crewdy getting knockouts onto the technicians here. We'll box both of them before isolating Maya. Buff hopefully has Sean on the hook here, which he does. We'll do another throw here to distract him. I hope Sean heard that. Then of course one more after that. Buff now will be getting this Sean kill done very shortly for the second time round. Hopefully from this time nothing comes of it. We'll use the Kruger this time. Will still get compromised by Sean, so it's all good. He will have that compromised comeback. Has lockdown still, but you know the panic's not there like it was last time. It won't get instant comeback. You know, only the one shot. It's all good. Buff can escape this time, being perfectly fine with that Sean kill. Still has the Maya kill to do, of course. I might have to go with the explosive specialist guys next. It seems to be that's what he's doing. Buff does have that Sean kill done nicely for him indeed. Will make his way through to explosive specialist now. Really good position for Buff here. Of course, Spec Ops and Point Man right next to each other. It's all good in that regard. 3 kills to go. 10 minutes left in the spin. We're getting to that territory very soon. Around the next when there's like 8 minutes RCA, that's when I'll start thinking, okay, one rip and you're fucked. You know, or even at this stage now, potentially one rip and you're fucked. Buff waiting for the panic to calm down before using the radio onto this guy. I think it's just a lockdown. The sirens are ringing. Buff don't seem happy. Not happy with the wait at all. I wouldn't be either. There's potentially where you could say, you know, getting that disguise beforehand would be the more sensible option. But you know, it's also about time. Do you have enough time to do so? And you will just give up. And you can guarantee now the explosive specialist will no longer be panicked. Right now, he will no longer be panicked. Crewdy will dump Sean out the window here. Hopefully this works for him this time. Just has to drag him and dump him over this final fence here. Crewdy should hopefully get the Sean kill done in a very short time, but no, gets spotted again, dumping Sean. Got one step further than last time, but this time Crewdy does get spotted once more, dumping Sean over something. Buff now distraction onto the Point Man or the Spec Ops. I'm not a fan of that. What that looks like. We'll shut the bathroom door and get a knockout onto the Point Man. Is that? Of course, needs that for the Ezra kill. That could have definitely been an exit kill. I think the Ezra on for sure. But I think we'll see. You know, the final, the Penelope kill even done in the tornado shelter. We'll grab that disguise and we'll drag him into the bathroom here. Just a bit of safety, of course. You can leave these boys out and around, but we'll actually just decide to box him. Not playing any risky games. Buff now swapping into that Point Man. The Spec Ops disguise. My God. We'll head towards the hut now. Of course, stars that Maya kill to take care of. And yeah, definitely that one rip territory for Buff now if he rips us all over. So, you know, you have to play it safe. Yeah, I know. They're pretty hard to differentiate when they're not limping and knocked out, Sparkles. Has his sniper stash in the Westbridge stash. Possibly the best of the shit agency pickups that are on Colorado. I'm sure we'll see the tornado shelter opened. It would make a lot of sense to do so. So yeah, I'm sure we'll see something to the Militia Elite. Go upstairs, turn on the printer, and take care of it in that regard. Does swap into the Militia Elite actually, so yeah, it does suggest that Crewdy once more get a knockout onto Penelope. He does believe that it's not all over yet. I don't believe it's all over yet for Crewdy. He has a quick shot, I think, and if he can get that Sean kill off, would be Gucci. Does wait for them two guards to move out of the way. The hackers aren't the best of things for Crewdy at the moment. And we just see if he does do a throw distraction onto one of them. Of course, just needs that 3D printer. One of them does move, and he has unfortunately triggered dialogue between the pair. Just take your time, Buff. He'll be fine. No, it's still okay. Shut up, Sparkles. Shut up. Crewdy getting a knockout now. Once these two technicians seems to be going for this kill onto Sean once more. You know, he got there. He was so close last time. I hope he can get it on his third attempt. Buff ain't happy. Oh, loss of whoosh from the Roman militia soldier. Buff, you're scaring me, lad. You're scaring me here, lad. Just waiting for these two conversations to end. Eventually they do. And he goes back to the annoying laptop. Buff will be able to just turn on one of the laptops here. He might be waiting for the other one to move, in fact. Very interesting here from Buff. You can guarantee as soon as he does it, that's when this guy will turn around. So just, if you have this much patience to keep waiting, the final hacker here does turn around. Buff now will be able to turn on the laptop, is just checking everywhere, and we'll turn it on here. We'll distract someone here, but he's all good. We'll drop the baseball, so neither of the hackers even investigate the mask being made. We'll go pick up the mask here. Moves right away, scared me a little bit there. You never know with the extended legal action in this game, but it's all fine. Buff will make his way into the basement. We'll swap into the. We'll open the tornado shelter first before swapping into the Spec Ops pin out. I would also move the briefcase away from any NPCs, so there's no risk of a next map. Crewdy does get hunt through that little speckle win. Oh, that is fucking harsh. Through that, he got spotted through that. Crewdy has not had his luck on his side on this Colorado. Buff now will drag Penelope down into the tornado shelter. Buff has not forgotten Maya. When he was over in the area, the explosives, after getting the Sean kill, he was going to get that Maya kill, but the explosive specialists were panicked from the lockdown sirens. So we'll go back over there, I'm sure. Buff now does get that Penelope kill down even in that soundproof manner. Just needs to get that Ezra kill. And Maya kill has 4 minutes 45 seconds left to do so. Definitely going to be close here. The Ezra kill, of course, he'll have an exit right by it. And he will head back over to the explosive specialist now. Crewdy has given up. I respect. I don't think he can do this within 4.5 minutes. I can't lie. If someone does, that'd be impressive. But yeah, Buff definitely has enough time to do this here. But might have to just hurry up ever so slightly now on this map if he wants to take the full 4 points. Of course, Crewdy can still get a point. Gain a point. I put get and gain together. Wow. Buff will also pick up the propane from this area here. Good to know. Good to see that he'll just pair these two kills together almost. Of course, Crewdy did rip to this disguise grab. He got spotted changing or dumping, one of the two. So hopefully Buff doesn't run into the same issues. I think it's that one guy by the car is what actually ripped Crewdy. I don't know how he did, but Buff. This is usually so safe, and it is for Buff. Can box him, can change into his clothes. Just needs to get that SMG kill onto Mayan now. Then move his way back to the point man who he already has knocked him out. You know, so he's all good in that regard. Just has to get this kill onto Maya. Of course, Silence SMG has his slap dash on him. So all good for Buff here. Will use his camera. That's great. No, we'll use his stacked X2 covert. We'll grab the propane once more. Just seems that final Ezra kill down. 3 minutes left for Buff. God. God, my days, guys. I've got a swollen mouth. Holy sheesh. Buff will be grabbing the point man here. Yep. Took a nice picture of his victim before killing him. It's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. Buff now swapping into the point man disguise. Just needs to drop the propane, shoot it, and exit in the tornado shelter. Of course, has them exits available. If Ezra's body is somehow wall hacked, it's all fine. It's all fine. Do you know why? Because it's fucking an accident. It's an accident, so it's all good. Oh god, I'm so tired. It's Colorado, man. It's exhausting. It's great. It's thrilling. Buff now into the mansion basement. Is it a mansion? What is it? It's the house basement. Let's just go up there. We'll drag Ezra to the tornado shelter as well. Just try and make this kill as soundproof as he can, as safe as he can. That's his one regard. Now, of course, has 2 minutes left. Can do this. Just dragging Ezra's body here by where he killed Penelope. Do it from a big enough distance so you don't kill yourself, Buff, please, Exo. We don't want you killing yourself now. We'll be dropping the propane. Going right to the exit here. Buff getting the kill on Reservoir. Will be exiting through the tornado shelter. Buff will be taking Colorado and taking a 4-0 lead and the win. 4-0, of course, Santa Fortuna. Our final map, our map 3. After Berlin and Colorado, 2 thrilling maps, and hopefully Santa Fortuna lives up to its expectations of the previous 2. We will head to a short break before having our final map. Can Buff sweep or can Crewdy scrape some points on Santa Fortuna?
Good morning, 47. Our Providence contact has shared the identity of the Shadow Client, a former mercenary and bodyguard by the name of Lucas Gray. His past is a black void, but our analysts are digging deep. Meanwhile, we've had a breakthrough of our own. Comparing the malicious attack patterns with global shipping and transportation routes, we've figured out how Mr. Gray and his paramilitaries move around the world undetected. They're using the distribution network of the Delgado cartel, Colombia's biggest drug manufacturer. Clearly, Gray must have struck a deal with the Delgados. Consequently, if we can cripple the cartel, we can severely limit the malicious strike range. But to do so, we need to slay a 3-headed serpent. Sociopathic cartel head Rico Delgado and his 2 closest lieutenants, PR guru Andrea Martinez and savant chemist Jorge Franco. With equal parts guts and guile, Rico Delgado runs a thriving billion-dollar criminal empire. The word is, the brutal and volatile cartel head is hell-bent on becoming the #1 drug lord in the world. To achieve this, Martinez, a childhood friend of Delgado's, has been buttering up state leaders and decision-makers, paving the way for an expansion of the Delgado logistics network, while the brilliant but aloof and antisocial Franco has been hard at work developing a new type of super cocaine. So, 3 of Colombia's most infamous crime lords inhabiting a decidedly hostile environment. I will leave you to prepare.
So welcome back here. I switched to the non-HD the non-ID stinger, and yet it's still getting encoding errors. So enjoy your free FPS stinger. That's not my problem. Of course, Santa Fortuna. We are on final map here. Crewdy been here 3 times, winning once, losing once, tying once. But however, been here 10 times, winning on 7 of them occasions, losing only twice and tying only once. So Buff has a lot more experience on this map. It's like the reverse of Colorado, but of course we saw that. Didn't mean anything. The experience on Colorado, Buff able to pull through that final second there. What, 1 minute 30 left on the clock when he exited. Impressive stuff indeed. And we're on a map with the longest map record in the entirety of Roulette. 851 set by some random person in RR8. I want to see that broken with the red fox strap. I don't think we'll see it from Buff, because you know with old gen console, at 30 FPS it don't work properly. You know, but in respect, it doesn't. Yeah, it is FPS. I think on 30 FPS, Rico starts like 5 seconds ahead or something. So you have to manage the cutscene. It is hard to get around. And of course, it's a short rip. You're waiting a long time in the loads as well. It's long. I'm sure if we see a spin which might be like pointing towards Red Force strat. The players would just use the mansion start to cope with that. We just see Buff. Did he lose? He one of them actually. One of them losses on Santa Fortuna did come against our Hitman in the first game of the tournament. In the second game of RRWC 2022, the first game for both Buff and Hitman, of course. We did see our take Santa off Buff. Buff took a couple resets on actually trying to nail down the Red Force strat, then switched up. But by the time Hitman got through, it was too late for Buff. So, he ain't immortal on this map. Crewdy can come through here. It just depends if you go with the safe and straight strat of the mansion staff, or if you do go for that almost high risk, high reward strat with the Red Force strat console. Because the Red Force, it is so good. You get Rico in such a good position. You're not trespassing. You do loud kills. It's basically unlimited what you can do with Red Force strat. Of course, there's no fallen object. You can do execution. It's just really fallen object that you can't really do as I spin. Will come through and it will be loud explosive weapon hippie for Rico Delgado. SMG mansion staff for Jorge and injected poison. Coca Field worker for Andrea alive as the Coca Field worker. Interesting spin. Very interesting spin. You have your variation. Red Force. I don't know what that was. Sorry, Red Force shot. Really? No, I'm joking. They definitely have your options here. For sure, 100% you have options. The Jorge kill could be quick. You want that Andrea. It's going to be an Andrea Peeky, but it has to be all the meeting room. You have your two options, of course. Crewdy will be the first to load in. Buff not going with the Red Force strat. Crewdy also loading in as a mansion staff, so it could be seen that they're going for a quick Rico isolation onto that Jorge kill. The Rico will just be an exit kill. There's no need to worry about that. You grab the hippie after killing Andrea, and you have the buff stop right there. It is fitting. I want to see Buff sit on the buff stop. Submarine look. Yes, you could. You could argue that for sure. There definitely have your options. Yeah. You could actually start club crew, the sub crew even. Drop the procs concussive. Then also just leave the loud explosive weapon right by that as well. As Crewdy will go for the hippo lure. Unfortunately, jump over the concrete block there. I'm not sure he was meant to do that. Crewdy loading in now, but Buff also loading in for the first time, so basically identical to where they are. Of course, Crewdy being new gen console, the new Xbox. Ask them quick loads. What rule just of army all this old gen console player nonsense. Both players starting as the match stuff. Makes sense already. It'd be interesting to see if we go for the garage isolation here. The way Buff's going does seem that he'll go for the garage isolation. Crewdy not going with the garage isolation here. So this is really interesting different approaches. Of course, Buff will just take in spot by cat. It ain't that deep. It's just cameras. There's a camera box in the Drea's compound. It's all good. Buff will be getting whoosh from Rico there. And we'll get a corner subdue here. Crewdy nearly getting away with that on the Hippo Whisperer. But unfortunately, he does get spotted trespassing for the second time round. We'll be loading back in. Buff does have Rico isolated in a nice manner. We'll just have this loud explosive weapon next to him if he has it already. No, we don't. Yes, he does. We'll just get corner subdue onto this guard here. Also, nicely done for Buff. Yeah, that's it. Really good for Buff there. Having the mansion guard knocked out, having Rico knocked out, really good stuff indeed. Crewdy going towards the Hippo area for the third time round. Buff Dragon. Rico's the side room here, just in case anything happens with Rico's body after he gets killed. We'll have a micro explosive for him. Has opened a little tunnel passageway here. Seems to be going for that isolation. Crewdy does turn around the mansion guard and will knock out the Hippo Whisperer alongside the mansion guard down in this area. I would respect it, yeah. I would highly respect it if Crewdy just blew Rico into the Hippo pit. But yeah, and the benefit with Crewdy doing this, so you do for a blowout slot, you do have the free explosive down here, so he has freed that up in that regard. He can go and grab that. But Buff now, with the mansion staff disguise, Rico isolated, moving towards Jorge Franco. It'd be around the two flame mark. He might not be in an area where he goes to the good toilet, but you'll just have to wait a little bit for him to go to the good toilet. Of course, it's just as simple as killing him, knocking him out. His guards are useless at anything. And yeah, it does seem pretty clear now what both players are aiming for. Potentially, yeah. The more I look at this spin, the more you think, could this be Reki? If you were to plan quickly, it could be Reki, I'd say. Buff going into his field stash here, which does have a silenced SMG in. I'm guessing he has a Seeker. Of course, it would make sense if that's why he picked up the Hackle Covert, if he had the Seeker. The Coco field work again. Pretty simple disguise to grab, so to say. Not that bad, but Crewdy has Rico approaching now. Down here. Very good stuff. We'll have him isolated very shortly. And the kill set up. Excuse me, I woke up early today. I didn't get much sleep when I woke up early. It's understandable. It's understandable. But yeah, Crewdy now getting knockout onto Rico. He's in joy! Miho, my friend! But then he gets knocked out and killed. That's fantastic, isn't it? Imagine like you're so happy because you see your best friend, you see your mate, you see your pet hippo, then you get killed by a bald man with a barcode stamped on his fucking head. You'd be thrilled. But yeah, is Jorge in the flower? Yeah, Jorge's in the flower hut for buff now. He will just have to wait for him to leave it before getting a Seeker off. He will go to the good bathroom from this point onwards. So yeah, good stuff from buff. Just watch out for these guards, of course. Is in long grass, so can just stand up and shoot in them, or just crouch shoot, whatever he wants to do. Either way, you'll be fine. Jorge leaving the flower hut now. Crewdy around the. Is he going to open this with a loud SMG? Yes, he has. Oh no, he has a crowbar. But of course, it's not locked from that side. It's all good. He does get a Seeker off. Buff even gets a Seeker off onto Jorge. Crewdy also going around here. Turn on the generator here, the air conditioning unit, or turning it off, whatever one it does, I can't read. It does seem that he will be going for that, the isolation inside the huts there. Buff gets a distraction onto one of the co-field workers. Both of them are distracted and neither investigates. That is fantastic. Love this game. And does get it once more. Have to be quick. Jorge is rapidly approaching, and you might not have to go for this one. He does eventually respond. I think Buff has realised now that actually I'm just going to be patient and wait. So yeah, Buff after this kill is basically near the finish line. He'll get knocked out onto Jorge, of course. After this moment, his guards will just walk away. This is fantastic, isn't it? The guards are the best there are. You can't get better. You don't get better guards, do you? But Buff will get the kill off onto Jorge. Safe and sound. It will be heard as well. Fortunately for him, so to say, it is heard. We'll now get a knockout onto the Coca-Cola worker here. We'll drag and box him. So yeah, real good stuff. We'll buff here. Nearly done with the spin really. You still have things to catch you out. Hopefully it will be fine for Andrea in her meeting room. He might miss the opportunity for the peekaboo from the top floor, but he should get there in plenty of time to actually get the meeting isolation in the meeting room. Should be simply done really. Of course, still needs a heap of disguise after that. Can cause you issues. You don't want to jump through the window. If you have a little bit of a brain fart, it can happen. It can happen. So again, that'll be interesting. What happens here? What Buff's approach is for the final kills here. Of course, there is a camera here, but he can just go through. The door is locked, but has a key to get through from Rico, I'm pretty sure. The other camera there as well, but he does dodge that. Nicely done from Buff. Climb up the ladder. We'll be going onto the bridge now towards the village bus stop. And of course, pretty straightforward from that point onwards for Buff. Near an exit here, and I really do like this from Buff. Really good to see. Really good stuff. Into the village now. Buff is Andrea still upstairs in her compound. It's always good to see. She is making her way downstairs now. Is she? I don't know. I can't see. I'm blind. But Crewdy does get hunted, knocking out a Coca-Field guards. That is a very lengthy restart for him. 5 minutes 40 in-game time on that restart. Buff now. The 6.5 minute in-game time lead here. Really good stuff. But, you know, he still has to get the Andrea kill. He still has to get the Rico kill. He still has to get the hippie disguise. He still has to take out cameras. So do have your things here, which could be on the harder end. We'll shoot out the camera here. All good. Andrea. Is he trying to do a throw distraction with a peekaboo? Or what? We'll point his gun around the window here. Is he trying to force something from Andrea? Of course, the throw distraction could work nicely. But no, she will start walking down the stairs here. No, she'll look onto her map here. The silly bitch. we'll throw distraction inside of the compound itself, inside the room. Then we'll get a peekaboo off onto Andrea. That is really good stuff for Buff there. Of course, Andrea will not investigate the actual throw distraction. He can just get a peekaboo off onto her. Nicely done for Buff. Let her get past the window, man. Fake you, Buff. We'll get a kill off onto Andrea. Buff now also has to take out the camera box. Easier said than done, but the guard's out here. Why is he coming out here? I don't know, I've never seen the guard out there, but he's out there. But he can just get a simple knockout onto him. Could be causing some problems for Buff, but should be fine just to drag him around here and be safe and sound with his body. And that's what he will do, he will just commit. And we'll swap into the militia. And the militia, God, the military soldier can shoot the camera box here. You could just go in and manually take it out, but does get a nice shot onto it. The gunshot will be heard, but the guy will only come up to the window here, won't go outside. Buff now just needs that hip disguise, and that's all he needs for this final kill. Of course, and this soldier littered with enforcers out here, has to be careful. But yeah, all good from Buff here. Just needs to grab that hip disguise, and yeah, close and exit. Scary stuff from that Andrea kill, weren't it? Fucking A. Still scam. That's gonna haunt me. But yeah. Buff now going around these stairs on the back end, wall crowbar from the back door, good bit of noise, not letting his Buff, you know, he's been here for 1 hour, not letting his brain turn off, you know, it could be an easy rip here, just jumping through the window, you know, there's such an easy rip to go to, and Buff is aware of that, and nicely done, shows his mental toughness there to carry on going off that tough Colorado, of course nearly ended in a tie, but Buff now, the hippie investigating the radio, the clock, whatever the fuck it is, will get a knockout onto him. Should be a GG to pull out his micro explosive detonator. Come down the stairs here. The finish has come through. I'm assuming there's no bus stop exit. Boo, what a shame. He's making sure of that as well. We'll exit. Buff guy takes down the Fortuna. And the game 6-2-0, 6 points to Buff guy from that game. So yeah, really good stuff from Buff there. 5 out of 6 marks won from Buff there. It's really impressive stuff. And yeah, really impressive performance on Berlin, Colorado. A bit shaky for both players, but Buff managed to break his way through the curse there, the continuous rips and unleash shackles and kill everyone. Sally Fortuna as well. Really good first side run from Buff there. Nicely done. Good shit from Buff, as he'd say. Good shit. We'll see what it does to the brackets here. Of course, a Group F game. Much wanted points for Buff there, I'm sure. As you will see him go 18 points from his 4 games, 75% win rate, really good stuff. I like Hitman, however, 10 points from his 2 games. The one player that can catch up Buff. Actually, Time Cube can as well. 8 points from his 2 games. If he wins his next 2, 12 points, will go top with 20 points. Crewdy still on 6 points. Some random person, Alex, Red Fox, and Gorge, all on 0 points, but 2 of them have not played, and we'll see the upcoming matches now, how that does for the upcoming games. Lots of games on today at 13 CST, Ducker will play Ashton. 3 games of 15 CST. Swastik versus Alex, Mr. Mike versus Gordini Boy, T-Nega versus Ashton, Pack, and yeah, T-Nega versus Ashton. Yeah, that's all there is at 15 CST. At 14 CST, 16 CST, fucking HI. Pack, we were playing Oh Shit Man, some random person versus the Buff guy. Buff playing again, Santa Fortuna in Berlin at 16:30 CST. Then at 18 CST, FV302, we were playing Igor X. And is Buff Guy carry on streaming? If he does, we'll give Buff Guy a raid. Let's give Buff Guy a raid anyways. We'll head back to the island. And I'll see everyone soon for more Rivals World Championship action. Bye bye.